tomorrow, so make sure you join us then.
Hello guys, welcome to F1 2018. So, I'm going to do a half race distance just to prepare for the Monaco Grand Prix coming up tomorrow. As you can see, I tried to, I'm using Lewis Hamilton's F1 car. I was trying to get the pole during qualifying, but I was about a second off. But luckily I'm still in the top 10. For the race I have full damage on and stuff like that. So the goal is basically just try not to hit the wall, try not to get any blown tires, try not to blow off a tire by hitting the wall, try not to damage any front wings, and just try to survive through half the race. Just that way we can understand how difficult this race really is. So we're going to start out 9th, and hopefully we're going to survive. The difficulty of the AI is at 100 out of 110, just so you guys know. I had a little bit of practice before qualifying, which was just a short qualifying. It was about like 15 minutes or so. And I feel like I can avoid the walls, but having pace and doing that is another challenge. So I might not commentate that much during the race, but maybe during a few pit stops if I don't wreck by then.
We've been welcomed with open arms once again to this, the most famous event of them all. The anticipation is rising as we get ready for racing here at the Monaco Grand Prix. The astonishing Circuit de Monaco is, for all intents and purposes, virtually unchanged since its inaugural race back in 1929. The faster cars of today, though, ensure the 19 corners past the casino and along the seafront remain as thrilling as ever. A 2.1-mile lap here takes us around an entire country, yet never more than inches from the race-ending barriers. I'm joined again today by none other than Anthony Davidson. Tell me, Ant, obviously there's a lot of development work that goes on with these cars between the races. You've been both a test driver and a race driver. What differences are there in the way you approach those roles?
Interesting question, Crofty. They're two very different mindsets. I mean, when I tested for BAR, we had full in-season testing where, per driver, you'd cover up to 15,000 kilometres per season. And in that role, it was more about working for the team, trying to help them improve the car and drive as systematically as you could, so that that data could be analysed in the most consistent way. When you're lining up on the grid for a race, however, your frame of mind's all about what you can get out of the situation on that day, and the car's the tool to help you achieve what you want. You still want to focus on the setup, of course, but it's more about the here and now, getting yourself as far up the field as possible, and less about development work for the future.
So before the off, let's remind ourselves of yesterday's qualifying session with a look at the starting grid. Daniel Ricciardo starts from pole position today, and Valtteri Bottas will line up alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Verstappen, Raikkonen, Sebastian Vettel and Alonso, Sainz, Grosjean, Hamilton and Charles Leclerc, Perez, Magnussen, Nico Hülkenberg and Gasly, Hartley, Van Dorn, Esteban Ocon and Sergei Sorokin. Ericsson and Lance Stroll rounds off the grid. And now it's time to head down to the track.
Okay, don't try anything silly into one. It's going to be crazy in there. Just do your best to stay out of trouble.
So as you can see, we're racing, it looks like a bit later in the day than they normally are. And apparently Charles Leclerc can actually qualify better in the game than in real life, unfortunately. So anyways, let's see if we can well, pitting on lap 5, that's pretty early, but okay. Okay then. Time to survive. Down to turn 1, I'm going pretty patient here, just trying to avoid any calamities. Lost a few spots there, but okay with it. This hairpin's gonna be messy, I just already know. Just gonna go for a spot there. He seemed super slow. Okay. Yeah, it's like Macau, where it's like almost a yellow flag every single time we get to the hairpin.
That start was okay.
I do like how you can't hear the engine gear once you go through the tunnel. It's kind of cool. Okay, I misjudged.
Race control aren't happy with your creative interpretation of track limits. They've given you a 3-second time penalty.
That's unfortunate, but at least I thought the 100 sign was a 150, so I just messed up that brake marker. I just thought I didn't see the 150, so that was the issue. Well, time penalty is unfortunate, but at least it's not contact, so. Just this car's real understeering on exit. That's the main issue I'm having right now. Hopefully I'm not breathing too much on the mic. We'll find out later, I guess.
Yellow flag. Green flag.
Already down to 19.
Some information on Vettel. They are out of the race.
Won't be surprised if that happens tomorrow, to be honest.
We're approaching the pit window. You'll be on the ultra softs.
Man, wow, overshot turn one bad there. I will say, I was going into time trial to determine whether I should make a setup or not, and I actually went to try out some other setups, and they seem to be pretty similar pace to mine, so while I am having a lot of understeer... Oh man.
Be careful with the front wing. You've taken some minor damage. A new strategy is available on the MFD.
I don't want to do this, but I know the pit stop's coming up, but man, if you just hit a wing, the race is over.
The gap to the car ahead is 1.8 seconds.
Just need to get into a groove here, and once we do that, hopefully we shouldn't be hitting many walls. The track isn't the problem, it's just the handling of the car, and I really wish I could
Running an
just...
excess on fuel. Mix 3 is there if you need it. Mix 3.
Seems as soon as I brake, the car just locks up. And when I let off the gas, it just doesn't turn. There's just a whole lot of understeer. Oh gosh. Shifting to neutral, not recommended.
We're boxing this lap. Give us the best in lap you can.
I can't wait to pit, just that way I can put on even less grippier tires, so that's gonna be fun. I have a bad feeling that this race is just going to be a lot of me holding up a train of cars.
Check your MFD for a new strategy option.
Oh my gosh. I'm going to try to limit myself to like only 5 resets per race. If I go over that, then I'll just pretend they'll be over, assuming I blow a tire, but I don't want to end the race too early, but I don't want to just be doing a bunch of flashbacks.
Remember, box this lap. Keep an eye on your distance to the speed limit line as you approach, and make sure you don't speed.
Okay. At least we're one of the first people in. Obviously, they're the only one pitting, so let's see how this strategy works out. Just unfortunate how the car is feeling. It's just plowing everywhere, but as you can see, I'll have the automatic pit stop guys. It's a bit sketchy to do turn 1 in the pit lane.
To go. One stop left in this strategy.
This whole track is sketchy, but I want to eliminate as much anything as possible. This car actually feels a tad better on these tires. I don't know why.
Okay, box, box, box. We're adjusting the strategy. Come in this lap.
Oh, I just jinxed myself, didn't I? Wow, that was really sad. Like I said, I'm gonna limit myself to 5 resets. I believe this is my 3rd right here, so gosh. I swear I broke so early. It's just like I broke and locked up and just didn't turn. What's that, 3 resets and 6 laps? Yeah, this is not looking good. At this pace, we're going to make it about 10 laps.
was on the ultra soft tyre. Car ahead is now running ultra softs. Our gap to the car in front is 2.0 seconds. Gap to teammate ahead is 13.0 seconds.
Finally caught some traffic. Boy, they're slow. Want to Verstappen down to the chicane there, but it was a bit too risky. This whole track is freaking risky to pass. Where the heck do you pass? Rascass? I got DRS. Horrible last turn though. Really feel the tire wear coming in. Let's see what it's at. 8%. What am I talking about tire wear? I feel nothing. Kinda wanna go for a pass before the hairpin. Go for it. Going for it. Going for it. Don't pinch me. Come on. I got one. Kind of in the flow of things now. I think I can go for a pass before it. I think I got a nice draft. I might have a chance. Oh man, what a move. Oh, come on, dude. Maybe for 17th place, but I still pride myself on that pass. That was not too bad. Okay, how far are we off of Leclerc? I think we're on a different strategy, so it might not matter. Definitely pulled away from Stroll, so that's good news.
Okay, gap ahead is 3.9 seconds.
Wow, I got real loose there.
Okay, the gap behind is 3.8 seconds.
I'm actually kind of, although I'm getting a lot of oversteer and exit, I'm actually pretty happy because oversteer I prefer a lot more than understeer. I mean, Although I like a balanced car, if it's gonna have a problem, make it oversteer. The gear ratio approaching the hairpin is so weird. It's like right between second and third. If I shift to third, it's too low. If I don't shift, it's just revving it too high. So it's just like this weird situation where I have to like decide whether to be in second or third gear before approaching it. I think as long as I short shift, third is actually better. I think the problem was in the beginning of the race is that the qualifying pace here is so much faster than the race pace. Oh gosh, DRS problem now.
There is a fault to the DRS. You won't be able to open the rear wing. We're working on a fix. Stay out.
Yeah, the issue is
Our
that
gap behind is 7.8 seconds.
okay, we got the problem.
Leclerc
Oh
ahead.
my.
Gap to car in front is 3.4 seconds. They're on old hypersofts.
I just want to
I
jump.
think they've got one more stop. The
I just-
time last lap was
Gosh, this guy.
1 minute 15.4. The gap to the car ahead is 2.8 seconds.
I just wanted Jeff to shut up, to be honest. That's all I was trying to do. I didn't even care about all the information. What I was trying to say though was, I think the qualifying pace is so much faster. Fourth gear, that's not what to do. But the qualifying pace is so much faster than the race pace, is that it's hard to readjust the race pace because you're so used to braking at like different areas. It's like braking so much later. But once I finally get into like race pace and like the braking zones and stuff, I feel it's real easy to get into a groove here. I'm saying it's really easy to get in the groove while I'm racing in 17th place, so I mean it doesn't really mean anything. But I do think the fact that like I haven't hit the wall or had to do any reset for 8 laps, I'm gonna jinx it, but I think that is progress. Oh, that was real sketch. Broke way too late there. Yeah, just like when you're in qualifying, you actually shift up to 7th there instead of 6th. I really hope we're in a different strategy than these guys. Also in qualifying, I feel like you just stay in second for this corner. I feel in the race you shift back down to first, so it's a bunch of different gears, a bunch of changes. So I am proud that I caught these guys and I pulled away from Stroll. The bad news, now I have to get past them. That's going to be the hard part. I think you also stay in second during qualifying for that corner for Rasgas. I know I'm taking that last turn wrong, by the way. Just I'm so scared to turn in too early because if you hit that wall, it's basically over. Oh my gosh, dang! Dang, okay.
Are you alright? Engine off.
Man, that's
engine
sad.
off.
Okay, so this will be flashback number 4. Like I said, I'll only do 5, and then I'll be over. I really want to make it to the end. Don't want to be making these mistakes. I tried to take the escape road. I know I would have fallen so far back, but man, that just shows you. Just even I feel like how much everything changes mid-race. Just like even though the pace is slower, because of the tire, you have to change just a lot of stuff. I just need to hang on to these guys. That's what's important. Might be able to pass Leclerc after the tunnel. We'll see.
The gap to the car behind is 13.1 seconds.
Ah, no. He has draft. I'm not going to get him. Oh man, I was so close to diving, going on the inside there. It was a 50-50 decision. I couldn't decide, wasn't committed enough. I just noticed though, like I have stayed in like mode 2, like fuel mode 2 this whole freaking race. And yet like the fuel's gone down so much. I thought it was like a 2.4, 2.1 when we started, now it's down to 1.8. I haven't even like changed fuel modes. That was almost a cut. Sad thing is I do have that 3-second penalty, so I guess I could have done a flashback for that, but I mean, I'd like to have an extra flashback handy. Someone just pitted, so I have just no idea where I am based on strategy. Guess we'll find out by the end. Doesn't need to be said, but again, if I make it to the end, going for it.
Okay, car behind is now running the super soft tire. That's the super soft on the car behind.
And I feel like I easily had that. Like it wasn't even close. It wasn't even a fight. Player was in a Ferrari in this game. Might have been. I mean, I'm kind of aggravated that there's a whole train of cars here, but on the other end, it's holding us all up. But there's so many spots up for grabs. I still want to go for a move on Raskets. It's just, I'm always so close right there.
Our gap to first place is 23.6 seconds.
I know I'm in a Mercedes, I know I'm not in a Ferrari, I know I'm in a Sauber, but please, if this race engineer could treat me like Kimi, please, just shut up and let me drive. That would just be great. can't say leave me alone. I know what I'm doing, because to be honest, I don't know what I'm doing, but
We're approaching the pit window. You'll be on the ultra softs.
I am kind of surprised that not any besides Vettel, no one else is retired yet. I would have expected a few more, but I guess once they get spread out, like after the start, it gets a bit cleaner.
Check your MFD for a new strategy option.
Hit the wall, but I don't think I got damage from it. I hope I did it. The way that he just had a new option, it made it seem like I got damage. Once again, whoever's watching, thank you very much. Very much appreciate it. And if you want to hit like or subscribe, as you already have, but hope you're enjoying this race and my mediocre commentary. Man, I'm right there. I just don't want to get by these ass guys.
A new strategy is available on the MFD.
Gosh, we're freaking stopping the hairpin now. I will say, with, like these night settings or whatever, Monaco just looks beautiful. I mean, it's so great. So lit up and all that. Oh my gosh, man. I almost want to give myself a freebie there because someone was pitting and I didn't anticipate him slowing down. I mean, it wasn't like my mistake, actually. It was more like someone else is pitting. So you know what? I'm not going to count this as a fifth one. I think that's fair.
Check your MFD for a new strategy option. In this lap, push now. A new strategy is available on the MFD.
How many new strategies does there need to be? Jeez, I'm just pitting this lap, that's it. Oh man, that was bad.
Valtteri is in for his stop. Okay, remember to pit this lap.
So 35% wear. Oh man, that was perfect. He left just as I came in, or pretty close at least.
Go now.
Okay, I'm thinking these are the same tires. I really hope they are. I didn't even see what tires I was on before. Anyways, I guess we're taking these to the end, I believe.
Up to speed now. Let's get some heat into those tires.
I'm always pretty fast throughout like that fast chicane, like the I should know what that's called.
We're trailing our teammate by 17.4 seconds.
I feel like this is my worst area of the track, just like this long left-hander and then like the right after. Just I can never do it right. It just always feels odd. Going for it. We're going.
Fuel target is +1. Faster engine modes are available.
That was pretty sad that I hit the wall. Pretty embarrassing, but continue on. Whoever joined, thank you for watching. Still about 15 laps to go to the end. Hopefully I can survive without hitting many walls. So far I've used 4/5, I don't know what it's called, retakes, on flashbacks I believe. Hopefully I can use none to the end. That would be perfect. I know our performance this race hasn't been great, but didn't really have any high expectations before I started. I just wanted to try to survive, and for the most part, I feel like we've done that. Don't want to jinx anything, though. Okay. Might be able to go for a move here. Like I said, I don't want to use these flashbacks that often, but that was something easily avoidable. It was just a dumb mistake for me. I lost the focus.
Check your MFD for a new strategy option.
I mean, I think the fact that this race pace isn't that fast, what this race has really shown so far is that it's not even like it's that hard to avoid hitting walls here. It's just that like any loss of concentration throughout this whole thing, just it can mean overshooting the braking zone by just a tiny bit. Just having to constantly focus on like the amount of wear that your tires have, and just that there's so many things to focus on throughout the race, and just like in fact this is only half distance. Oh my gosh, you know what? I'll accept that one.
We'll go against our finishing time at the end of the race.
If I didn't, I probably would have had 9 seconds instead of 6, but I will admit that these moves are dive bombs, but I mean at Monaco where it's so hard to pass, I don't exactly know if there's any better way to go for these moves. tried to return to the track because I didn't know if it would give me a penalty if I didn't try to return. It was a very odd turn, but just didn't want to risk it. I'm hoping there's still a few people left to have one more pit stop. We're not sure about that. I mean, 8 seconds to 13th place. They are on different tires, so I'm really hoping that's the case. Kinda not surprised that that's my fastest sector so far. I feel like not only was I not in traffic, I feel like it takes a few laps for life to get into these tires. I feel like fresh tires are actually not the fastest. It takes like 4 or 5 laps before you start getting some heat in them. Definitely gotta be careful on that first turn. I mean, the car can brake at the location where I'm braking now, but I just know further in the run, braking at that same point is gonna be real sketchy. It's gonna like just be close enough, so. Man, dang, it just, the problem, oh gosh, the problem with getting the yellow wing, it just, I didn't want to flashback them because I'd already done 5, and I just felt bad for having to do a 6th time. I knew like once I kept going I wouldn't be able to reset it. The problem is once you have like a wing like that, it just, the car doesn't want to turn and you're more susceptible to getting a worse wing. So, it was even another small hit, but, you know, I'm gonna go to the pits this time. It's really unfortunate, but.
Check your MFD for a new strategy option.
I was going to say, just like in 30 seconds, that was like, I know we were racing like 19th the whole race, but we recovered back to 14th, and I thought it was going to go well. And then that happens, and I know I could have argued, oh, I should have just reset, but gosh. Resetting 5 or 6 times in 30 laps, it's just starts to get embarrassing. So, man, we had like a whole 14-lap streak where we didn't hit any walls, and then just in like the last few laps we've hit it twice or something.
Look after these tires now. We want to finish the race on this compound.
For those that have stayed and continued watching, I really appreciate it, since not even a recovery race at this point, it's just a struggle bus. Oh my gosh, I was trying to let this guy by. This is just, don't know how much worse this race can get. It just, I'm just trying to, this is crazy. I'm just trying to figure out how to, man.
Both gonna have to let the car behind pass. When he goes through, try to use it as an opportunity to gain a position.
I don't know if it's like fatigue is getting to me at this point. I'm just losing concentration, or it seems that it's just been like the same places that all these mistakes have been happening. well, if there's any silver lining to this race, it's that I'll be able to get these final laps in clean air. There are some tracks where I'm actually somewhat competitive with 105 AI. I actually lowered it to 100, just that way I felt like I'd be a little more competitive, and it's just I've had so many issues, especially the start of the race where I lost a few spots, and then it just somehow managed to go so far downhill from there, so. I honestly thought before this race that the hairpin was going to be like the issue of like all my troubles, just because I feel it's so difficult to get around there without hitting the wall. I feel like I don't even think I've had one issue there this whole race. I don't know if I'm catching up to lap traffic or whether this is actual positions. It'd be nice to not finish. I know I'm not last right now, but
is 3.2 seconds.
Vettel retired, so I'm basically the last actual racing driver. So if I can pass Stroll, at least I won't be last.
We're at +1 lap with extra fuel. Fuel target +1.
I can see that he's on super soft somewhere in ultras, so it's pretty clear that we're faster here. Just to make sure we have enough laps to catch him.
Is available on the MFD.
We'll say it's pretty cool how you see a Mercedes behind a Williams. You rarely see that unless they're lapping them. Fortunately, this is for position. Just getting on the gas too soon now, these tight corners. Just getting way too much wheel spin.
Be aware we expect the grip levels to start falling away soon.
I overshot that corner by a mile.
Per lap to the car ahead.
Man, it's just like everything happens so fast here. It's just like it's such a tight circuit. It's like by the time you even realize the mistake you've made.
Check your MFD for a new strategy option.
By the time you realize the mistake you made, it's just like you're almost unable to just do anything about it.
A new strategy is available on the MFD.
It's like that's what I'm trying to think. If you ever think about like highlights from any Monaco Grand Prix, how often do you see like a mistake happening, and then someone saves it and doesn't hit anything?
Strategy option.
It's like I feel like that just does not happen here. It's just so tight. There's not room to save anything. If there's any examples of that, like someone saves it at Monaco and doesn't hit anything, please let me know. I'd like to see it. Or I just can't remember it off the top of my head. Obviously, I do know if I do pass Stroll, it still won't be for position because of all these penalties. But just like this whole race has been, position will just be for pride's sake. I hope you enjoyed this ride.
Okay, gap ahead is 2.9 seconds.
So 3-second gap, 6 laps. We need to get half a second per lap on Stroll. Fresher tires, faster tires. Should think it's possible. Should definitely catch him. I'm pretty comfortable catch him. But questions can we pass?
A new strategy is available on the MFD.
I don't know what this guy's on. We're literally like 3 laps from the finish. I don't know why he wants us to pit. Wait. I have an idea. I know what the answer is. I'm a Ferrari car and I have the Ferrari manager coming. Mercedes. My engineer must be the Ferrari engineer. That explains why I'm getting all the bad calls. I solved the mystery. Oh, I can see him. Stroll, you're right there. Come on. Oh gosh, I'm just killing these tires on the exit. It's not even funny. Already at 50%. Should have been an easy top 15 place. Is now going to be a fight for 18th-ish.
Check your MFD for a new strategy option.
Still some extra fuel. I'm probably going to start burning it once you come to 3 to go. Oh man, that was close. Just like I had all the pace to catch him, but I feel like by now his tire is actually better than mine. It's like I probably would have. I just want super softs just like him. These ultra softs, sure they're fast, but they wear like crazy fast. Put it on Rich now. See if I can just keep it on for the straights. Don't really need it for the turns. I think it's under 3 seconds now. 1.7. Man, it's getting harder and harder each lap to get around that hairpin. It's weird, I would have thought I would have felt the tire at other places, but that's actually like the first place I feel it at the hairpin. It doesn't want to rotate.
We advise moving to mix 2, fuel to mix 2.
I like how this fuel engineer was like, you have like way too much gas, now they're saying I should go back to a low fuel mode. I need to stop overshooting that next to last corner. Right there, right? Just a few car lengths away. It's gonna be close. Oh crap, only like 0.2 laps of gas, I didn't even notice. DRS.
We have 2 laps of fuel remaining. Gap to teammate ahead is 45.5 seconds.
Man, that's sad. 45 seconds. Also, if you didn't have to do that extra pit stop to replace the front wing, it would have been a lot shorter, but you know what? Are we close enough for a dive? Oh, he still had an issue with braking. I'm having hope for the chicane. Just need to be close enough. gosh, are we close enough? So wanna get Stroll. Just we're close at all the wrong places. That's the problem. Is this really gonna come down to the final lap? Probably is. We're getting fireworks. Oh crap! We're one lap down. This is actually the finish. I forgot. We're going for it. Rascass all day. Oh wow! What a. Don't want to end the race like that. I'm sorry. Man, that could. I completely didn't. I just forgot about the fireworks.
A new strategy is available on the MFT.
My gosh. We're going for it. Lunge. Can we get him? Can we get him? Oh, come on. You know what? He's damaged. I think I got 18th place, even though I got all these damn penalties.
We're seeing major wing damage. Box, box, box.
Well, you know what? I don't
race
care.
Over. Take care of the car on the way in.
It may have been a crappy way to end the race with a cheap dive, but you know what? It was entertaining. Had a long chase,
Brilliant stuff.
chasing down Stroll. We never really caught him,
victory.
but we still passed him.
And I have to wonder, Anthony Davidson, just what set them apart from the competition here.
Well, I think the track conditions just really suited their car today. Wind, track temperature, you name it. These cars come alive when the tyres are just at the right temperature. So the more easily you can keep them there, the better your race tends to go. And that's exactly what happened. Their car just looks so comfortable out there.
So here come our winning drivers today, and what a race it was. There's been a big push at the factory lately to get these cars ready, and we can see the fruits of that labour today as Red Bull lift the winner's trophy. Moving on to the driver of the day then. Anthony Davidson, who would you go for?
I'm going to say Brendan Hartley. It was probably one of his best drives this season, and I was thoroughly impressed.
That's it for today's Grand Prix, and from Ant and I, it's goodbye, and see you again next time.
Well, that interesting race. See you guys.